Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I'll show you my portfolio, which is sitting around 78,995. We can just run it to 79,000. I mean, it's just $5. So we compare it with the last video. You might notice that my portfolio has decreased, and it's because of the correction and also some changes on my stock positions. So I'm adjusting the positions that I have on my portfolio because I was making analysis in the last few days about where is heading the stock market, and there is a point always that I told you that there is going to be a correction, and usually that happens at the end of August or September because that's usually where every single year you see the historical charts for in the last few years. September is the month where you see usually a correction, where you can see your portfolio on the red side. Sometimes it can start from August, sometimes cannot. So for example, this is the case, like in August has been like a consistently in the middle between going up or down. So that's why if we take a look at the uh, chart, we can see that since the beginning of August has been going sideways. So it can go up and then goes down, then go up, and now this is a point where we're gonna see, is this gonna continue? Or it's gonna continue going up, or it's gonna have a turning and then it's gonna go down, as I said before. So I'm just gonna follow the historical chart where it says that you gotta be aware of the September. You have to be aware. I'm not saying that you shouldn't just keep your portfolio or just sell. Every single decision is totally up to you, but based on my analysis and based on my decision that I already made it a few weeks ago, and I also explained it in some videos, is that I'm gonna decrease the exposure of my portfolio, of my stocks, of my positions, decreasing it to maybe 50% or just 30%. When I mean 30%, I mean selling 30% of my portfolio up to 50%, depending on how much the stock market can go down. So far, I already made some transactions. I already sold some stocks uh, that you will that you will see right now on my portfolio, and it's because as I said before, I can see that the stock market has been slowing down. So in the daily you cannot see too much, but if we go to the weekly, you might notice it. On the MACD and the RSI, both indicators are showing that is slowing down the pace of how the stock market is uh, doing in the last few weeks. So we can see right now, like for example, on this particular indicator, you can see that it's going up, but it's slowing down, especially on the purple line. That is, once it stops keep consistently going up, then it means that at some point it's gonna go down, and it cannot cross again. Let me make a line right here. You can see right here that this was the point, the peak of the purple line, which has been going up, and now it cannot cross it. So since it's not crossing it, it indicating that this is a resistant line, and this can pretty much show that it's gonna flip and going down. And also you can see the yellow line that it has not going up consistently at the same pace. You can see that it's getting flatter and flatter at the same pace of the purple line. Once the purple line crosses, like it was almost crossing it over here, and you can see when it almost crossed it, it was red the whole week. It might gonna happen right here too. I said it might. Same thing here. We can notice uh, on the other indicator that is also decreasing the green bars, which means that there are less people buying stocks, and also that also means that there might be a correction in the upcoming days and the coming weeks. So that's why it's giving me hints that the stock market is not going consistently up. So that's why I reduce my shares. That's why you might notice it. There is nothing about 3% when in the last few weeks I had some stocks that I crossed that 3%, like a TSM or Nvidia and other huge stocks that gave me a lot of gains. Now the point that I'm selling it is because I want to buy it back, but in a cheaper price. It does, and when that happens, I just pretty much cost average until the point it is gonna be around the 3% that I used to have it for those stocks. So now let's take a look at my positions right now. BLDR being right now 7% up, Google 30% up, Salesforce or CRM 1% down, ASML 5% down, Nvidia 65% up, BICI almost 13% up, AXP 42% up, Apgo or Broadcom 80% up, Apple 24% up, TSM 41% up. I'm not saying exactly the decimals because I'm just running it to the nearest uh, whole number just to make it easier. Uh, Now Chipotle 18% down, Microsoft 31% up, HubSpot is 12% down, Uber 42% up, then Coinbase 31% up, INDI 10% up, Next Era Energy 25% up, SoundCloud 28% up, Grab 2% up, Meta 44% up, and you 32% up, MBIS 106% up, OKE 13% down, CAN 8% down, Progressive or PGR 8% down, GDDY 13% down, AMPX 158% up, United Health 13% up, OPTT let's make it 0%, not even up or not down, and uh, KULR 33% down, CoreWave CoreWave or CRWV 3% up, Robinhood 184% up, uh, and finally Mara 12% down. So you remember what Robinhood used to have a lot of those positions, but as I said, I'm just waiting for the point where it's gonna also go down, uh, and I'm gonna cost average, and that is my stocks. Now let's take a look at my ETFs. So you can see my ETF right now, Bitcoin ETF is about 11% up, TLT 5% up, 5% down. Then we have UBIX 31% down, uh, CONY 58% down, SOXL 36% up. And that is pretty much my ETFs. So now we scroll down. I have around 37% on cash just to be ready when the moment comes to buy stocks at a better price or just to cost average. Just we have to find the point when you feel comfortable to buy back again. But you have to have confidence to just make sure that whenever you make a decision, is the decision that you took it after you make analysis and decided this is the point where I find it a comfortable price to just buy back those stocks. And that makes my whole portfolio around 79,000, or to be more specific, 78,995. It's just $5. Uh, Now we take a look at the portfolio at my portfolio performance. You can see year to date it has made a 12-13% from January 1st, and when we compare that with the SPY, right now it's 33%. So it's about 2% of difference right now. It used to be more a few weeks ago, but uh, you can see like it used to reach 19%. Now the point that is decreasing is, as I said before, I reduce my exposure to some stocks. If I were to keep those stocks in a higher percentage, my performance would be consistently the same uh, percentage, around 19 and 14. But as I said before, I rather make those transactions of selling some stocks that I feel that I made huge profits, and now this is the moment where I need to make sure that if a correction happens, I have the money, the cash to buy back at a cheaper price. I know it's a risky decision, but better the higher the risk, the higher the reward. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, well, you shouldn't do it. It's, as I said before, it's a personal decision, and that was mine after taking analysis on the chart. As I said before, just make sure that you keep just following the movement of the chart, because it seems that it's gonna be a correction in the coming days or weeks. And if the moment comes, you gotta be ready. Another thing that I'm considering is gold right now, because gold, you can see the upper flag that it has been trending up, and and it has been not possible for gold to cross this resistance line. But usually when you have an upper flag, it is giving you an idea that once it breaks, it's gonna keep going up and up and up. And also the indicators are showing that you can see there is being a change of directions, and is trending up. So that's why I might start buying some gold to expose myself to this particular commodity, and and just keep tracking also the crypto uh, behavior that so far is giving you an idea that is going up, but it has too much volatility. That you can see in the last, since January 1st, you can see that the value of the crypto has going up after a few corrections, but this is a year of crypto, I'm pretty sure, and then I'm also confident that at some point it's gonna keep going up and up and up by the end of the year. So once again, just keep taking a look at some stocks that are gonna be an affordable price in the coming weeks. Check gold and check Bitcoin, just to make sure how the stock market in general and your assets will change due to this volatility. Just keep checking, just keep taking your time to analyze, and I wish you the best, and I'll see you on the next video.